This year alone, we've seen severe flooding, costly storms across the country. We know that climate change is only going to make those disasters worse, more water, more often. And wetlands are vital to storing water before it gets into our homes and our communities. Almost two-thirds of our wetlands are now at risk of development and destruction thanks to this misguided Supreme Court ruling. Dr. Sullivan, do you agree that the Sackett ruling is likely to intensify damage from flooding at a time when we actually need greater storage capacity from our wetlands thanks to climate supercharged storms?
Thank you, Senator Markey. I do. I absolutely agree. I think one of the key pieces that we have to recognize there is we've lost tremendous capacity already. So we're past a 50% loss of wetlands in the United States. I mentioned that earlier. Some of these states are upwards of 90%. So we're already at a point where the capacity of wetlands to mitigate flooding, exactly through the way you described, wetlands act as sponges, right? So during times of higher flows, they store water and they release that slowly. They release it not only back onto the landscape, but into groundwater. And wetlands in their historic distribution, you would have seen them hemming most rivers and serving that role. And so I think as we are at a point now where we're working with a limited set, it's like, on a commercial 2-engine airliner, we're down to 1 engine right now. And so when we think about how we are going to maximize the benefits of wetlands, one of those is understanding maximizing their protection so that we maintain the capacity for wetlands to mitigate against floods, which costs money and cost lives, but also on the flip side, as we discussed earlier, to maximize their capacity to mitigate drought. Those are flip sides of the same coin.
So is it true that building over wetlands will also contribute to heat surges, amplifying the urban heat island effect that we had a hearing on recently?
That is absolutely true. I think, and it's not just wetlands, it's streams. In fact, there's a well-known scientific principle called the urban stream syndrome, which discusses the changes streams go through under urbanization. And streams and wetlands in urban environments create microclimates and reduce heat. They absorb, they provide green spaces, and they do exactly that.
Hello, friends. Money is being put back into the pockets of American households. Over $1 billion in tax relief is expected to be approved to further assist families and seniors. Eligible households may receive as much as $1,000 in just a few months. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to hear about all of the details. Also, to say thank you for being part of this community. I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter the weekly giveaway, friends, all you need to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning the weekly giveaways. There is currently a Massachusetts tax relief plan that could provide $440 for each child residing in the state. The long-awaited proposal includes a reform of the child tax credit on top of over a dozen other proposals. Massachusetts Senate President Karen Spilka and House Speaker Ron Mariano said that the credit is also for dependent, disabled adults and seniors. The tax credit for the three groups currently is $180. It will go up to $310 this year. The tax credit for the three groups is currently $180, which will go up to $310 this year, then $440 in 2024. Lawmakers touted the bill as the most generous universal child and dependent tax credit in the nation. This proposal includes more than a dozen specific tax proposals. Lawmakers say the increased child tax credit will be the most generous universal child and dependent tax credit in the country. It is projected to benefit nearly 570,000 families. Karen Spilka also added that a low-income household with 2 children will see a tax credit of real money totaling over $1,000. In Utah, families can receive $1,000 for their children beginning January 2024, after the state enacted its first child tax credit in March. Utah was one of the 3 states that created new child tax credits in 2023. Utah offers a non-refundable child tax credit, which allows taxpayers to lower their tax liability to zero, but not below zero. Refundable tax credits allow taxpayers to lower their tax liability to zero, but still receive a refund. Governor Spencer Cox signed the credit into law on March 22nd. The bill will take effect for taxable year beginning on or after January 1st. Families in Utah will receive $1,000 per child ages 1 to 3. To be eligible, filers with married filing separately status must earn $25,000 or less. Filers with single filing status must earn $43,000 or less. And filers with a married filing jointly status must earn $54,000 or less. Utah residents can also receive money through the Earned Income Tax Credit. It is a different program that the governor expanded on March 22nd as part of a larger tax cut bill. The rate, which is also non-refundable, was expanded from 15% to 20% of the federal credit rate. The rate, which is also non-refundable, was expanded from 15% to 20% of the federal credit rate. Senior citizens living in St. Louis County will see a tax freeze on their property taxes starting next year. County council members voted to approve the freeze this evening, with certain conditions attached to this bill. County council members said during a recent meeting they are working together to find compromises to get seniors relief in the form of a tax freeze. Some of those compromises include a $550,000 cap, raising the age for eligible seniors to 67 years old, and adding a sunset clause to the bill, meaning the council can decide to change the bill at any point. But not everyone agrees with passing the bill. Councilwoman Chalonda Webb brought up a concern during the meeting, and that's how the bill will affect schools and first responders. Councilman Dennis Hancock said schools and first responders will not see a cut in their tax revenue. The county said approximately 46,000 properties out of more than 440,000 in the county are eligible to apply for the freeze. Also, a bipartisan group of state lawmakers is launching an effort to freeze those taxes for older Ohio residents. It is called the 70 Under 70 Plan, and it will freeze property taxes at the current levels for individuals older than 70 years old whose household income is less than $70,000 annually. Eligible seniors must also own their homes for at least 10 years. While that does not translate into 30% or 40% increases in property taxes, some residents of Ohio are going to see significant increases in their 2024 bills. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. Dear friends, thank you very much for being part of this community. To show my appreciation and to say thank you, I will be announcing several winners every Friday for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dearest friends, the greater your chances of winning the giveaways. Thank you, friends, and have a wonderful and very blessed week.